Hi, I'm Joe and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you the new housing choice for low-income folks around Shanghai in 2026. A single river separates two different cities. Right across the water sits Baishan District, part of Shanghai. On the opposite bank lies the far outskirts of Suzhou city. This spot is actually much closer to Shanghai downtown. It's roughly 80 kilometers away from central Suzhou, though that explains why tons of low-income Shanghai residents choose to live here. From traditional Chinese viewpoints, city centers are mostly wealthy neighborhoods. Most low-income families end up settling in outer suburban zones instead. You'll find farmlands and rural houses all over these outskirts. Local farmers each keep their own private vegetable gardens. Honestly, I'm pretty envious of these local farmers. It's such a luxury to own your own land and garden space. For regular office workers, this kind of life is almost unreachable. Homegrown veggies are healthier, and you know exactly what goes into them, but tending a garden eats up a huge amount of spare time. Growing your own food is really a luxury in modern daily life. Since this area sits very close to Shanghai, most surrounding farmland and old farmhouses got purchased for construction. Developers built high-rise apartment buildings on these former fields. Local farmers sell their homegrown fruits and veggies near residential compounds to bring in a little extra monthly income. I grew up deep inside the city, so I've never watched wheat grow from sowing all the way to harvest. Right next to these new apartment communities sits working farmland. I finally got to witness the full wheat ripening and harvesting process myself. It felt incredibly new and fascinating to me. Farm fields literally sit right beside rows of tall apartment buildings. Once these wheat crops get harvested, they'll get turned into bread, noodles, and all sorts of wheat-based foods. If you spend your whole life living in urban areas, you never get exposed to farming or related practical knowledge. I sometimes wonder if I'm missing out on basic life knowledge. It's such an interesting thought to mull over. I asked a truck driver for permission, and he let me climb up onto his truck. I got to take a close look at the freshly harvested wheat piles. A unique earthy scent floats all through the air around here. That distinct aroma only comes from fresh crop harvests. The harvested wheat feels slightly warm in my palm. Probably soaked up plenty of sunlight out in the open fields. People say freshly cut wheat is at its peak nutritional value right now. Every part from gluten to wheat bran holds decent economic worth. I'm not 100% sure if that information is totally accurate. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you know more about wheat. Lots of old houses still remained within Shanghai's administrative border. Tearing down old buildings and rebuilding costs an extremely large sum of money, which drives up the price of newly built homes inside Shanghai drastically. New apartments cost way too much for average salaried workers to afford. That's exactly why this border zone becomes the top pick for many low-income Shanghai residents hunting for brand new housing. A large shopping mall sits about 2 kilometers away from my neighborhood. It has big supermarkets plus plenty of well-known retail brand stores inside. A full food street runs right next to the mall complex. All those tasty snacks always make my stomach crave a bite. Still, most of these treats carry high calorie counts, and I'm trying my best to cut back on unnecessary junk food. Saving extra cash is another big reason I hold back from indulging. I used to carry quite a lot of extra body weight before. I stuck with consistent exercise for 5 full years and slowly dropped all that excess weight over time. Facing tempting street food gets tough, but controlling my weight matters more than a few tasty bites. Staying in good physical shape can improve my odds of landing future jobs. In China, job openings get really scarce for overweight folks past 45 years old. Keeping fit physically becomes essential for anyone hoping to find steady employment. Not far away stand older established residential neighborhoods. These older communities usually sit right in central town locations. Even though the buildings look worn and dated, central placement means convenient access to daily necessities. Schools, hospitals, and supermarkets all sit within easy walking distance. With electric scooters being widely used these days, any spot within 5 kilometers is quick and easy to reach. Living a little further out from the core no longer creates big inconvenience. A primary school stands directly across from my apartment complex. Groups of students are about to finish their school day soon. This site takes me back to my own childhood years. I used to walk all the way home from school completely on my own. Nowadays, nearly every kid gets picked up by parents on electric bikes. Today's young children definitely live a much more blessed life. Daylight's starting to fade, so come along and check out my place. I need to pick up a package on the way back first. I share this apartment with my 80-year-old father. He doesn't have any friends or other family living nearby in this city. During my unemployed days, I stay with him almost every single day. His favorite daily pastime is ordering discounted goods online. He looks forward to every incoming package delivery throughout the week. Having small things to look forward to each day does a world of good for a man at his advanced age, don't you think? I chose this rental unit to help my aging dad live more comfortably. I want him to spend his later years in a pleasant living environment. The monthly rent here equals roughly $220 for a full 3-bedroom apartment space. An equivalent 3-bedroom rental inside Shanghai proper, even in distant suburbs, costs over 3 times this monthly price. Plus, this apartment building is brand new with complete supporting amenities. This device is our household water usage meter. We can track monthly water consumption readings right here. We are also able to check bills and pay water fees directly from our cell phones. Alright, let's head inside and take a tour of my home. Even though I don't own this apartment, it still feels like genuine home. The living space is spacious and roomy for just 2 people. All major home appliances come included with the rental contract, including a full set of fridge, washing machine, TV, and air conditioning units. This community sits around 30 kilometers away from central Shanghai, yet Baoshan district of Shanghai lies fairly close by. If I find future work within Baoshan, balancing daily work and regular home life becomes pretty manageable. When monthly rent climbs too high and piles on heavy financial pressure, your rental house stops feeling warm and turns into a stressful burden instead. I installed an under-sink reverse osmosis water filter at home to cut down my monthly expense on bottled purified drinking water. This system filters regular tap water up to safe direct drinking standards, and it's been working really well for our daily use. Unfiltered local tap water holds higher dissolved solids content, even though its overall water quality still meets official safety standards. After going through full filtration, the water is totally safe to drink straight. Living in this unique zone feels surprisingly special to me. Brand new high-rise residential buildings blend right beside traditional farmland, and old rural cottages sit mixed among modern apartment complexes. Low-income residents end up occupying these newly built full-service apartments. The whole surrounding landscape looks mismatched on first glance, yet all these different things naturally intertwine and coexist side by side. Personally, I'm really satisfied living in this mixed-use neighborhood. What do you all think about this unique living area? Thanks so much for sticking around and watching my video. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll catch you again in the next episode.